Why is Delhi cheap, yet the pocket is always empty? At 7 o'clock in the evening, two people were sitting in a small cafe in Delhi. The bill arrived, the boy smiled and pulled out his card, and the girl said, "A date in Delhi is truly affordable." But at that very moment, a salary credit message came on her phone, and the smile on her face faded a little. There was traffic outside, the AC was running inside, coffee was on the table, and the headline of a global report was shining on the screen. Delhi was counted among the most affordable cities in the world's major cities in terms of dates, broadband and property. Hearing this should have felt like a proud moment, but the story started getting scary right from here. Because that very report also said a second thing. Even though expenses look low, the average salary of Delhi is quite below compared to major cities of the world. Meaning, the city is cheap, but the pocket is not that strong. This is the exact contradiction, without understanding which this headline is incomplete. The question is, if Delhi is truly this cheap, then why do lakhs of people living here fight with their budget every month? If property is cheap, why does buying a home still feel like a dream? And if internet is cheap, why does life feel so expensive? Deutsche Bank's Mapping the World's Prices 2026 report compared 69 global cities and described Delhi as extremely affordable in several categories. According to a Business Standard report, the cost of a cheap date in Delhi was stated to be around $103, whereas the same cost goes up to around $475 in Geneva. At first glance, this comparison seems in favor of Delhi. In front of cities like Geneva, Zurich, New York, London or Singapore, Delhi looks very light. But in economics, one thing always remains hidden. A thing bigger than the price tag is the income tag. Suppose there are two cities. In one place, coffee is 250 rupees and the salary is 50,000 rupees. In the second place, coffee is 800 rupees and the salary is 5 lakh rupees. Which city is expensive? The answer will not come from price but from purchasing power. Right here the story of Delhi opens up. Things are cheap in global comparison, but the local salary did not grow so fast that a common man could convert that affordability into comfort. Meaning, the city is on discount but the income is also on discount. Broadband internet in Delhi was described among the cheapest connections in the world. Monthly cost around 700 rupees. It sounds like a fantastic thing to hear, but internet being cheap does not make rent, school fees, medical bills, commute and pollution stress disappear. Here a middle-class family wakes up in the morning, sends the child to school, goes to the office by metro or bike, returns exhausted in the evening, and then opens a budget app and thinks about which expense to delay this month. This is the real Delhi. In the report, property prices were also described as low compared to international markets. The average cost of property in the city center was stated to be around $2,465 per square meter, and Delhi ranked 65th among 69 cities. Meaning, it looks very low in the global list, that is, relatively affordable. But this very number becomes a different story for a local buyer. Because when the salary is low, home loan eligibility is tight, down payment feels heavy, and family expenses are already running, then even cheap property becomes a distant mountain. A young couple sits in a broker's office. The broker says, "Sir, Delhi is affordable at a global level." The couple smiles, then asks, "How much down payment will be needed?" At that very moment, the shine of the report fades a little. Because a home is not bought by price per square meter. A home is bought by salary slip, loan approval, EMI capacity, job security, and confidence for the next 20 years. And many people do not have this complete confidence. According to the report, Delhi's net monthly salary was stated to be approximately 51,800 rupees, and it was at the 66th position among 69 cities. At this very place, the story suddenly turns, because salary itself is the real lens. If things are cheap in a city, but income is also very low, then affordability there can become an illusion. To look at, everything feels manageable, but at the end of the month, the account speaks the same truth that the headline hides. An office worker in Delhi works all day long. The salary feels decent, but after rent, travel, groceries, family support and occasional emergency, savings disappear. He is not poor, but he is not financially free either. This is the modern urban trap. A person is not hungry, but is not secure either. He has a smartphone, data, delivery apps, coffee shops, but savings for the future often remain very small. Now another twist comes in the story. Many things in Delhi look cheap in dollar terms, but the record of local inflation, lifestyle pressure and aspiration is different. A person does not live in a global chart, he lives in his neighborhood, office, and family expectations. A boy goes to a Delhi office from Noida. The metro pass is cheap, but daily time is expensive. Petrol was stated close to New York in dollar terms, but Delhi's salary is not like New York's. This is the hidden mismatch a common man feels. And then there is pollution. Delhi did not come in the top 50 in the report's quality of life ranking. Because quality of life is not made just from cheap coffee or cheap internet. In this, healthcare, safety, commute, pollution, purchasing power and housing affordability all get connected. Delhi's air sometimes feels as if the city itself is asking for a price to breathe. Even a morning walk becomes a calculation. Should one go outside or wear a mask? Should children play or stay inside the house? This very cost is not visible in any bill. Traffic is also a similar hidden tax. You do not give a toll, yet you give time. You do not take an invoice, yet you lose energy. The city is cheap, but your fatigue does not come for free. Now the question arises, then what is Delhi's real strength? If salary is low, pollution is high, and pressure is real, why does this city still pull people? Because Delhi is not just a city of cost, it is also a door to opportunity. Here there are jobs, coaching, government offices, hospitals, markets, startups, and that network which gives people coming from small cities their first big leap. A boy comes from Bihar, a girl from Haryana, a family from Rajasthan. Someone has to give a government exam, someone wants a private job, someone wants to open a small business. Delhi is not an expensive dream for them, it is an accessible dream. This is Delhi's biggest paradox. This city exhausts as well as gives a chance. It scares as well as opens the path to move forward. Therefore, even while complaining, people are unable to leave it. But chance and comfort are not the same thing. Delhi gives a chance, comfort you have, to build yourself. If salary is low, skills have to be increased. Even if expenses look low, saving discipline has to be built. The talk of a cheap date in the report went viral, but a relationship does not run just on a cheap date. Future planning, rent, career growth, medical security, dream of a house, all these together decide real affordability. A couple goes to watch a movie on the weekend. The ticket gets managed, dinner also gets managed. But while returning, when the talk comes to marriage, home and loan, both become silent. This is the urban silence. In Delhi's economy, both informal and formal worlds run together. On one side are corporate offices, on the other side daily wage workers. On one side is cafe culture, on the other side 4 people sharing in a rented room. Therefore, even the average salary number does not tell the whole story. Some people earn very well, and many people earn very low. Inequality remains hidden behind the average, and inequality itself builds the city's real emotional pressure. On one side, Gurugram's glass towers shine. On the other side, an employee working in that same tower returns to a shared room at night. The building is premium, but the space of his life is limited. Now look at the property matter again. Delhi might look cheap in a global comparison, but in Delhi NCR over the last few years, real estate demand and prices have grown rapidly in many pockets. For a local buyer, the right location is still a major question. Because an affordable house is often found far from the job location. And the house that is near the office is far from the budget. Meaning a person gets stuck either in EMI or in commute. This is that very point where the cheap city headline breaks. The real question is not where Delhi ranks in the global list. The real question is how much breathing space a common worker of Delhi feels in his life. Breathing space means a little saving at the end of the month. Breathing space means no panic in an emergency. Breathing space means no fear of a credit card while paying child's fees. And this very thing is still a struggle for many people. But the story is not just of struggle. An opportunity is also hidden in Delhi's low-cost structure. If a person can increase his income and keep expenses controlled, then this very city can also become the base for wealth building. Cheap internet does not mean just Netflix. It is also a path to learning. Online courses, freelancing, remote work, digital business, content creation, entry cost can be low for everyone. But only he will take advantage who makes it a tool. Lakhs of students of Delhi sit in coaching lanes. Some for government exams, some for skills, some for English and computer classes. They know that salary will not change from a report, it will change from skill. Now listen to a hidden truth. Cities do not make people rich, cities give people access. Only he becomes rich who learns to leverage that access. If broadband is cheap in Delhi, transport network is big, market is dense, and customers are everywhere, then for a small business this is a big advantage. But competition is also equally brutal. A small food stall comes in front of 1,000 people every day, but only he survives whose taste, price, and consistency are strong. A freelancer can get clients, but skill and trust will have to be built. Opportunity is not an automatic income. This same point applies to the job market as well. There are jobs in Delhi, but salary growth is uneven. Competition is higher in routine work, bargaining power is higher in specialized skill. This exact difference can change the salary slip. So is Delhi worth living in? This question is not simple. If you look only at the global cost chart, the answer will feel like yes. If you look at air quality, commute and salary pressure, the answer will have to stop and think. This is the reason that economists look at income and quality of life together along with cost of living. Cheap things give relief only when income can afford them comfortably. For a migrant worker, Delhi can still be better because there is less opportunity in his hometown. For a high-skill employee, Delhi can be a stepping stone. For a family, Delhi can be a mix of facilities and stress. Meaning, Delhi is not the same for everyone. For someone it is survival, for someone a ladder, for someone a trap, and for someone a launchpad. This is the most cinematic thing about the city. The report has placed Delhi like a mirror in front of the world. Shine is visible in the mirror and cracks too. Cheap date, cheap broadband, relatively affordable property but low salary and quality of life challenges. In this mirror, not just Delhi is visible, India's urban future is also visible. If cities remain affordable but incomes do not rise, comfort will not be built. If incomes rise but housing and pollution deteriorate, progress will remain incomplete. In the coming years, Delhi's real test will be this very thing. Will it remain just a cheap city, or will it be able to become a high opportunity, high income, better quality city? This question connects policy, jobs, infrastructure and skills, everything. Metro expansion, digital economy, real estate development and service sector growth can change Delhi. But the change will be meaningful when even a common salary earner feels that the city is working with him, not against him. A city's success is not measured just by the skyline. It is measured by how secure an average worker feels while sleeping at night. Delhi's story is the search for this very security. Now remember that boy at the cafe again? He paid the bill, walked out, and looked at the salary message on his phone again. This time he did not see just the amount, he saw his entire city equation. He understood that Delhi can truly be cheap, but life does not become easy on its own. Cheap prices are just the beginning. Real freedom comes when income, savings, health, time and clean air also come along. That night he did not take any big decision. Just while going home he thought, if the city is giving me access, then I have to increase my value. And perhaps this is Delhi's real lesson. Delhi gives you a discount but does not give a guarantee. It gives you a market, but the margin you have to build yourself. It gives you a path, but demands direction from you. Therefore, next time when someone says that Delhi is among the world's most affordable cities, definitely clap hands. But along with it, ask this question too. Affordable for whom, on what salary, and with what quality of life? Right here lies the biggest payoff of this report. Delhi is not a cheap city, it is both a warning and an opportunity. If income does not rise, affordability will become an illusion. If skills, jobs and standard of living improve, this very city can change the financial story of lakhs of people. And perhaps this is the reason that Delhi's story feels so powerful. Because this is not just a report of prices. This is the story of that common human being who, while living in a cheap city, is trying to balance an expensive life.
If this video has taught you something new, or if you feel this information should reach more people, don't forget to like and share the video. Your small share can become valuable and useful information for someone else. If you have any questions related to this topic, or if you would like to share your opinion with us, be sure to write in the comment box. We read every question and suggestion from you, because your feedback inspires us to create better content. And if you want to keep receiving such interesting and reliable information about business, the economy, and the world in the future, then don't forget to subscribe to our channel GRT Business and also press the bell icon so that you get notifications of every new video directly. At GRT Business, we always strive to provide you with accurate, balanced, and reliable information. Our news and analysis are prepared based on information obtained from various news agencies, public sources, and public opinion. We make every effort to verify and validate each fact as much as possible, but in case of any possible error or dispute, the responsibility lies with the respective sources. Our only aim is to present you with a correct and trustworthy perspective so that you can understand any topic better.